Hey. Sorry I'm late. I had an amazing call with a client. I'm gonna make sure I'm going live here first before I muddle on a bunch of stuff. I love technology. Yay, I am live. Okay, sorry, I am a little bit late. I had a wonderful call with a client and it went a little bit over and it was amazing and powerful and I was not going to stop. So, I'm here for our weekly live. I hope you're having an amazing week. I know I am. I do want to remind you that this is your group. This is your group to post questions, post what challenges or barriers or struggles that you're having. Post them in this group. Start a thread. Ask for help. Help me with whatever it is that you're struggling with or have questions about or want support. Also, post if you have some sort of amazing non-scale victory or scale victory, whatever it is that you're doing or experiencing. We want to hear what's going on for you that's positive. We want to cheer you on. We want to push you forward. We want you to excel. We also every day have a Who Worked Out Today thread. Make sure you're posting your workouts, a photo, whatever, screenshot. Show us what you're working on. Let us cheer you on. Let us celebrate the fact that you're moving your body intentionally and burning up some calories. We want to help and support you in any way possible. But if we haven't met, my name is Catherine Hood, or some of you call me Coach Catherine. I am a certified diabetes prevention health coach. I mostly work with people that want to lose weight though. But I also love and am passionate about helping those that are pre-diabetic or type 2 diabetic get control of their blood sugar levels. And I'm here to help them or wherever you're feeling stuck. You just let me know. If we haven't met or been on a phone call, you do have one free phone call with me up to 30 minutes where I can help you get unstuck or talk about what your goals are. I would love to meet you and talk to you. So either private message me or post on a thread or something asking how to do that. I want to talk today about sugar, and the reason is I want to have a group challenge or group sugar detox or group sugar cleanse, whatever you want to call it, starting January 2nd. I only want to charge $10 for this very valuable course that I should be charging $150 for. But we would do it as a group utilizing my wellness app. So I kind of want to focus on sugar for the next few lives and kind of talk about sugar and some facts or weird facts or why sugar really needs to be removed from our food. I have some wonderful, amazing, crazy facts I want to run through with you. But in Europe, sugar was a luxury in the 13th century. Like they would pay huge amounts of money for sugar. Crazy, huh? Sugar causes wrinkles. Yes, it creates a glycation. I'm probably saying that wrong. But it does. It causes wrinkles. It breaks down the elasticity of your skin, causing wrinkles. So that's one reason to stop eating sugar, people. But sugar is a lot of things. And the reason why is, one of the many reasons why, is it is actually a preservative. So, for instance, like they say, low-fat foods oftentimes have a greater amount of sugar because it needs to have that sugar as a preservative. Cutting out sugar cold turkey will cause flu-like symptoms. It will, if you cut it out cold turkey. So I do recommend if you do consume a lot of sugar, a high amount, wean yourself off, or you may cut it completely out. But don't be surprised if you start feeling not so good for a few days. But again, low-fat advertisements on foods are often going to, or healthy, or different things of that marketing terminology will contain higher amounts of sugar. Read your labels, you will see the proof. Fructose causes as much or more liver damage than alcohol, right? I know a lot of people, I've talked to a lot of people in the last couple of years that have fatty liver, and they're like, I don't understand, I don't drink. It has not always, does it have to do with alcohol. Sugar has zero nutritional value, zero. It has no health benefit to you at all. In fact, it causes worse problems. And again, with today, what we're living through and going through with this pandemic, we need to not eat Sugar. We need high nutritional, voluminous foods in our diet. Sugar is not um, sugar, not fat, is making us unhealthy. So a lot of people think, oh, it's fat that's making me fat. No, it's the sugar, right? We do need fat. We need the healthy fats in our diet every day for our brain health and everything to function, the mood, our hormones, everything. So, but in small amounts, be very cautious of that if you're trying to lose body fat. Cancers prefer sugar as a fuel source. It breeds off of that. And where that comes from is the glucose in your bloodstream. So if you have high glucose in your bloodstream, even if you're pre-diabetic, not type 2 diabetic or not, higher levels of blood glucose is going to feed that cancer. It's going to fuel it. It's going to create more and more problems. So another huge reason to stop eating sugar. So I have a question for you, and I'm going to answer it at the end. I hope I don't forget. I thought about this just a little bit ago before I got on my call. But I want to ask you, and I want you to put it in comments, what in nature that is natural in nature out there in the world, kind of think back in the caveman days, what in nature has both sugar and fat in it? In nature, not in the grocery store, not off of Uber Eats, not man-made, but what in nature has both sugar and fat? I'll try not to forget to answer that at the end. So sugars that I use for a substitute is monk fruit sweetener. It's a red bag. Love it, love it, love it. I don't really use that much because honestly, I don't need a lot of sugar. I think the only thing that I've used it for in the last couple of days is on my berries. Like I like a little bit of sweetness on the top, very, very little. I really like the taste of fruit or berries naturally, but I kind of like, it just kind of makes it like a treat for me. But so monk fruit sweetener in the red bag, love, love, love it. Doesn't spike my blood sugar. All my diabetic clients or pre-diabetic clients use it and have great success as well. I don't like the liquids because it usually has sugar alcohols in it, which can cause gas and bloat. So coffee without sugar, you can do it, right? All my life, or a big chunk of my life, I was like, I wanted to go on a health kick, but I was not giving up my caramel macchiatos. I was not going to give them up. And I'll tell you something, throughout time, they kept getting sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. I kept wanting them to be sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. Well, it's that brain, it's the chemistry in the brain. I want more and more and more and more. It's an addiction. It's totally an addiction. And it was about 12 or 13 years ago, I went to Rome, loved it, incredible trip. But I wanted to experience the culture and I wanted to experience what it was like there. So I got espresso in the little cup and I loved it. I thought it was incredible. I actually was very mindful, slowly drank it. I had such an amazing experience and I walked away from that trip never having a well, I won't say never. I did have one caramel macchiato after that. I couldn't even finish it. I couldn't handle it. It was too sweet. My point being is once we try something and wrap our head around the fact that, have a mind shift, wrap our head around the fact that maybe I can try this in a different way and get used to it, it becomes familiar. So meaning that I walked away from that trip going, I'm going to try new things at home. I had an espresso machine already, but I thought, maybe I'll just dial it down, try some higher quality coffee beans, and I'll try to recreate this experience at home. And I did, and I found that I enjoyed it. So what I said for years and years and years, I'm like, I don't know how people can drink coffee straight. That's gross. Ew, gross, yuck. I had a huge shift and I was like, holy cow, I can actually enjoy this. I found a way to enjoy it. I found a way to make it familiar and walk away from the previous familiar of needing all that sweet, syrupy grossness. And it was a fraction of the calories. And I still got the hit that I was looking for because I like my caffeine, but it was without all that excess calories. So I wasn't spiking my blood sugars up in the morning. I needed food though. That's the other thing I figured out. It's like, oh, I don't have all that sugar. Now I need food. Well, my body was calling for something healthy and not all that sugar. The sugar wasn't fueling my morning anymore. I switched to eating a healthy breakfast. All right, so what you think that you can't do, you might be able to do if you're open to trying new things, is my point. But one of the things that's really important about cutting sugar out of your diet, stop eating sugar, is keeping those blood sugars stable throughout the day. You know that 2, 3 o'clock crash where you feel exhausted? Well, it's because you're spiking up and down throughout the morning, drinking your juices or drinking your sugary coffees, or maybe it's your energy drinks or whatever. Your blood sugars are going up and down, and it is wearing your ass out. So at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you are exhausted. You get home, you're grouchy, you're angry, you're short with everybody, and you just want to get pizza because you're totally exhausted. Well, if you keep your blood sugars stable all day long, you won't have that problem. You'll be happier, you'll be more enjoyable, your moods will be better, your hormones will level out, you'll be a nicer person, people will want to be around you. Surprise! Sugar is terrible. So many reasons to avoid it. All right, so covered that. So whenever you have sugar, right? So maybe you are eating fairly healthy, you're on a good kick, you're doing really good, and then you decide, oh, gotta have that sugar cookie because somebody's pushing it at me and making me have it, or they worked really hard on that, so I'm gonna have that sugar cookie with all that icing on it. So under peer pressure, don't do it. Under the peer pressure, you have that sugar cookie. Guess what? Even if you eat healthy the rest of the day, whatever, it's 3 days before you go back into fat burn again. 3 days. So you just screwed up your beautiful, healthy eating for that one cookie for 3 days. You are going to not be in fat burn for 3 solid days. So make it worth it. Make sure it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. Pass. Hard pass. I've had a lot of questions about honey, agave, a bunch of other things, but those spike your blood sugar. They're fructose. Okay, they're actually worse for you. Hate to break it to you. So yes, stop having those as well. They spike your blood sugar. So if you're really wanting to lose body fat, you've got to move away from those items. But thousands of years ago, guess what? So sugar was hard to find. It was rare. When did you find it? Rarely. Rarely you would find it via honey, via berries. And what would we do thousands of years ago? When we found the honey, we found the berries in nature, we found sugar. We found natural sugar. What did we do? Because guess what? It was rare. It was rare to find it. We would gorge on it. We would binge on it. And guess what happens? That creates fat storage. Well, guess what's happening when you're eating sugar? It's creating fat storage. It's natural. It's normal. But we're not thousands and thousands of years ago. We have sugar everywhere. It's in vending machines. It's at the oil changing store. It's at everywhere. We have sugar everywhere. It's tempting us with bright colors and shiny marketing and all these different things. It's not months and months and months till we can find it again. That's the problem. Sugar is everywhere. But we need to learn how to have the tools and the knowledge how to say no. And I can help you with that. I would love to help you with that. All right. So what I want to do is give you the answer to what in nature has both fat and sugar in it. In nature. If you haven't answered it, I'm going to give that to you. Tree sap. Good answer. Thank you, Heather, for tuning in. Hi. Good one, though. I really like that. I don't know. I don't think that has fat in it. The only thing in nature that has sugar and fat is breast milk. So guess what you're doing when manufacturers are creating a bliss point. The bliss point is they're triggering in your brain, bringing you back to your infancy. That's what it is. It's a regression. And we want more and more of it because guess what? Back when we were babies, when we were infants, we didn't want for anything. We didn't need for anything. We were taken care of hand and foot. So we're regressing and wanting that nurturing. That's where the comfort comes in. That's where we talk about comfort food. It's that bliss point. It's the right amount of fat and sugar and salt that we want and crave. So, all right. Well, thank you for tuning in. I actually did this under 15 minutes. High five. Thank you so much. If we haven't talked on the phone, please message me. Let's jump on the phone. Let's get you unstuck. And I really would love to have a few of you join the Sugar Challenge starting January 2nd. I'll put some information below. But thank you again for tuning in. And comment below. Hit replay. Say, answer my questions. Talk to me. Let me know that you enjoyed this video so that way I can keep doing them. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.